Hello and welcome to This Day. I'm BJ Arnett, your host. You know, it's good to have a good belly laugh. And when you do, you want to share it with somebody. And I've been sharing a good giggle or two with my next guest, and she is Candie Zenon. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It's so funny. We were just giggling about being normal women, you know, and our lives.
Yes.
Our lives can be very interesting.
Yes.
You know, I know that you are a whiz at all things finance, but especially for single moms. And I was a single mom for a very long time. And I remember trying to figure out how I was above the penny. I had 2 nickels. But how was I going to multiply those 2 nickels to pay mortgage on 2 properties and handle everything and also feel like I was fulfilled myself in order to help grow this little human in front of me?
Wow.
That's a big deal. But what do you say as the expert in the field, that we should be concentrating on when we're a single mom trying to navigate a life that is really meant to be lived with 2 people?
Right. And enjoyed, right?
And enjoyed.
Right, and sometimes we can't enjoy it when we're in the midst of the struggle, right?
Ooh.
Just trying to figure out how to create a memory and pay the light bill.
Create a memory, and that was a big thing for me. Oh my gosh, you hit my nerve. That was the big thing. You want your baby to experience something while keeping the lights on.
Right, right.
But I remember the first time my lights went off.
Okay.
And I lit a candle, and we sang songs. And that's how I created a memory for him that was a tragedy for me.
Wow.
There are moments that I know you can speak of that a mom goes through that's different for a dad. But as a single mom, I do remember feeling not well equipped, especially to raise a boy who I wanted to be a man.
Oh, wow.
Talk to us about how we navigate taking the 2 pennies and making that mortgage or that rent. Taking that, what seems to be so small, to make it handle the financial things that we have.
I love that you started off about the candle.
Yeah,
because
that's very true.
I have a story like that as well. But I really believe that every time we receive money, or every time there's a bill due, or every time we have to hand over money, there are thoughts that run through our head.
Yeah.
And those messages that comes to our head was spoken by the person that raised us.
Yes.
That grown up, if that grown up who raised you was frugal, you were frugal. And if that grown up that raised you that did not count the cost, you know, spent until all was gone, bought wants instead of needs. Right, you did that. And you did that until you knew better. And once you know better, you do better. And I really feel that it goes back to the environment in which we came up. And it's not necessarily that it was taught. Maybe it was just caught. We just observed how others handled money, the fear, the anxiety, the stress, the heavy mantras that we held on to. You know, who do you think I am? Carnegie Hall? Money don't grow on trees.
What did my parents say? Am I your money tree? Yes, I believed it.
Money tree, exactly. And you end up saying those exact same things when something prompted financial responsibility, right? So I really feel if we go back to those words and start becoming a financial scientist in our own lives and identify how we handle money, and we start to learn, I did this because, you know, Big Mama did it.
Yes.
Or because my parents did it, or my dad did it. You know, I really believe that we have to start identifying what we do to hold our own selves captive.
And I think also, you know, I grew up with our parents who grew up in in their 40s, and when they were raising us, the credit card boom came. And so it was, I can buy anything because I have a credit card. And the reality of, you got to pay that at the end of the month, really didn't hit the right way. They had to learn how to handle credit cards. When I went to college, I remember receiving 17 years old from, okay, I can't say the bank's name, but the bank, they came to the college and brought packets with your beginner's credit card. But they didn't teach us a beginner's course on how to pay a credit card bill, and don't take your friends to Applebee's.
Right.
So you didn't know.
You didn't know. And no one, I believe, no one really took the time to teach us.
Right.
They were telling us to, you know, go and get your accolades and get your 4.0 GPA
Yes.
and get the career of your dreams.
Your dreams.
And no one ever talked about the student loans.
And Sally Mae knocking on your door.
And the job saying, oh, well, you don't have experience, so you can't get that particular position. And then you end up working for things like, you know, entry-level position, or, you know, working for a collector company, because you can't find a job in your field because you don't have experience. You have the degree, you have the student loans, but you don't have experience. So I really like to teach single moms to be good stewards of what they have. You be good stewards with time, money, and love. And number one being love. Love thyself. You know, love yourself enough to make yourself a priority. And if you don't know something, ask. There's a power in asking. And to be honest with you, the financial conversation that I have, it comes from a coworker. I was a newly divorced single mom, and I ended up being in a room with a lady who was nearing retirement. And to be honest with you, that morning, when I woke up that morning and I was just unorganized, you know, get the diaper bag, wear your shoe, run to the car, we're late. And by the time I got to my desk, I was just flustered.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, God, my house is organized. I mean, my church is organized. My job is organized, but my home is chaotic. How do I organize my home? And then that morning, 2 women were transferred to my department because their home health department had shut down. And a lady walked to me with her hands like this, speaking quietly. She never gave me her name. She never asked me for my name. She just said, this is how I organize my day. And that statement began a 2-year mentorship and a forever friendship. She taught me how to organize my home, how to pay my bills, how to organize my day, how to invest my money. And so that conversation, along with my experiences and the things that I've learned along the way through experience and education, I share with other single moms how to manage your income, restructure your outgo, and invest the extra. And that investment can look like anything you want it to be. It could be investment in memories, creating memories, road trips, you know, different vacations. Also, that can look like, you know, getting a better zip code, living in a safer neighborhood, educating your children properly. It also can look like being able to have flexibility in your schedule by creating job opportunities for yourself, entrepreneur endeavors, you know, investment in inventory. So a lot of times with being a single mom, since tag you're it, you have to have that security of having a 9-to-5, having a job, because you know how much coming in and when it's coming in. But you take those opportunities, those hours and that extra to start investing on the side, you know, in something that's going to be long-lived, a legacy. And that could be in the 7 pillars of creating your wealth, you know, whether it's real estate, whether it's capital gains income, profit income, whatever that looks like, in order to start advancing in other areas. Because the truth is, your financial situation isn't immutable. The truth is, you just needed information. And with that information, you could change from where you are to where you desire to be.
Now, you know that someone is listening to this saying, I don't have any money to invest. I don't have an extra dime. I don't. I believe that part of our issue is our mindset of what we think we don't have.
Right.
So I have a friend. I'm going to give you a scenario. I'm going to paint a picture.
Okay.
So the picture is I am 30-something. I am now a single parent. I have 2 little ones who are all in elementary and pre-K to elementary. And I have just about $150 left after I pay all of my bills. If I take them to the movies, that's 3 people, it's going to cost about $55. That's one experience. And everybody wants to go see Little Mermaid, you know? And then if I take them to dinner, that's another $50. So I don't have it. And that I don't have becomes the consistent statement in their lives. But they forget that when they drop the children off at school, they roll through Starbucks. They roll through McDonald's for the cappuccino. They roll through, I just need to have my nails like this. So there are places that we can pull back and creative ways. And I look at college students and I think, wow, they're so creative in how they make money. And when we were in college, we did too. There's that find a way or make a way attitude that says, I can create more finances to invest. And investing in a sound mind could be the best start.
Oh, yes. And just changing your words. You know, God is an abundant God. Look at the grass. When I first got my house, people used to come, I guess landscapers, and say, well, what type of grass you have? You know, or maybe when I called to get the account, they say, okay, we can do that at such and such time frame. Tell me what type of grass you have. I'm like,
what type of
there are
grass?
different types of grass.
You sound like me, that's what my answer would be. What? Excuse me?
But God is so abundant, and we have to identify the fact that there is abundance. And if we just change our words, we can change our life.
Yes.
Drop those heavy mantras like, oh, money is hard to come by. What if you start saying money comes to me easily and effortlessly?
Because the words that we speak, it becomes a prophecy. It becomes, if we just say, I can, I will, I must, in every sentence.
And everything else will just go around and get you exactly what you have decided will happen.
That's right.
And if we first change our words, then, and I say, like, there's a power of asking. What you don't know, ask. Mentors, elders, professionals. We have to value conversation. We have to value consultation. We have to value the information in our elders.
And our elders, you are so absolutely, our elders are a wealth of information. They've gone through things and they can say, I want you to turn left here, turn right here, don't go over there, and forget that grocery store. Their prices are high on Wednesday.
And that was,
those are the things we need to hear.
And that was one of the things that Miss Mary, my mentor, taught me. She said, you grocery shop with a list. If you get to the parking lot, you forget one thing off of that list, you get it the next time.
Oh,
because
my goodness.
If you go into the store for that one thing, you know you're coming out with like 15 other things.
You have been just a mountain of information. So if you want to learn more, you've got to go to CandieZenon.com. That's CandieZenon.com. So you can learn about finance. But the first thing I'm going to say to you is change your words. She said it today. We've got to change how we speak about our finances. It's about time for us to receive, because God has it in the earth for us. We just need to be ready to receive it. Put your hands like this. Is something coming at you?